G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a comparison video between the Olight Baton3 Pro and the Fenix E28R. Let's check them out. Alrighty, so here they are in the boxes. Let's just have a look at the boxes first. So we've got the Fenix on the right, obviously, Olight on the left. So there's the side there, cool white or neutral. This one is the cool white. And then specs and, lumens and all the good stuff on the back. I'll go over that all. But let's check what you get in the box first. So with the Olight, you do get, let's see, you do get a nice little bag. You get a charger. You get a magnetic L dock to stick on the wall. Very cool. And you will get your user manual and a warning, a battery warning. So this is just going to tell you not to mess around with these lithium batteries. Now the charger, typical Olight, it's going to slap on the back there. And you're going to have a green LED when it's fully charged, light up, and then a red LED when it's charging. So it's really, really impossible to miss. All right, what do we got in the Fenix? So fairly basic in the Fenix. We're going to have a warranty card. We're going to have a pamphlet that's going to give you some other ideas of what Fenix is selling. Cool. User manual, E28 user manual. And you do have your charging cable that is going to charge this USB-C port right there. Very shallow, not loving that. But we will check the water rating on this. And you're going to get a lanyard. Very basic lanyard. Oh, and you get a hidden O-ring too. So you got an O-ring, very basic lanyard, no stopper. This is really, I've seen some really good lanyards with Fenix, but this one is pathetic. But that's okay. I've seen some really good lanyards. All right, let's clean this up and then let's go over the lights. Okay, here they are up close. So obviously the Baton is in the green, the Fenix is in the typical black, got a nice little bezel there. Let's go over both of them first. So the Baton, we've got the total internal reflection there. We've got a nice smooth bezel, a two-way pocket clip, which is not reversible to have lens down. So if you do want to carry this lens down, it is going to be sticking out of your pocket by 2 centimeters, let's say. Very, very nice button, nice and flush. And just listen to this. Oh yeah, real pleasure to click. As soon as you click it, you will get your battery level indicator coming on. Not so crazy about that tint though in the low output. But anyway, now knurling, typical Olight. You've got your, kind of crocodile skin type knurling. It's okay, but it's okay when you don't compare it with anything, to be honest. But then comparing it to something like the Fenix, to me, the Fenix is a lot more comfortable. And then you've got your magnetic tail cap. So magnetic tail cap is, really good because you can obviously magnetize this to any sort of metal surface. You can magnetize it to the car bonnet, or boot, depending on if you're putting something in there. So really, really nice, very practical light. Two-way pocket clip obviously allows you to stick it on your hat as well. So you can go you can go hands-free. So that's nice, lens up or lens down carry. Lens up carry is going to be very, very deep carry though. So that's going to be very nice. And as I said, lens down, not so much. And then we'll just put them next to each other. So you've got the Fenix is just taller. It's got a bigger head, bigger face, and it is, I don't know if it's thicker. We'll measure that. But now if we go on to the Fenix, so we'll start at the tail. So we've still got tail standing. We've got lanyard holes here with that magnificent lanyard we saw, but no magnetic tail cap here. So this will not magnetize. Let's just double check that. But we do have a lens down carry, which is fairly deep carry. That's my favorite. I like lens down. I'm not a lens up guy. And we do have very smooth knurling. Let's put that down there. Very smooth knurling, typical Fenix knurling. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the feel of their lights, man. They're really, really cool. Now, side switch, which is metal. It's not rubber. So let's just... The Olight is more satisfying to click, I must say. But this one is, fine. And there's your battery level indicator there when you click it. Different UI though, as you notice that the light didn't come on when I just clicked it once. So I will explain that. And USB-C charging on board at the face. Not crazy about that, but we will see how they stack up with water resistance differences. And then on the head, we've just got this nice little Fenix pattern here, all the way around. And we've got this beautiful gold, brassy gold bezel. And then down there, we've got it's kind of like a total internal reflection as well, different style TIR to the baton. So let's just have a look at those two there, both utilizing TIR, just in different ways it seems. All right, so let's weigh them. Weigh them first, see the difference. So they've both got their batteries in there, and I will show you the batteries in a sec actually. But the Fenix comes in at 116.44 grams, and the Olight comes in at 101.64 grams. So the Olight comes out on top with being a nice little light. But let's see how they do with measurements. So the Olight might need a bit wider. So the Olight is going to come in at 101.31 millimeters in length, and in width, we've got 22.29 millimeters. So the Fenix will be longer. So from head to end of tail, we've got 109, so that's 8 millimeters more, 109.56. And now we've got a few different widths here. So the body is 22.61 mil. And what was the body of the Olight? 21.42. Okay, so a little bit thicker, but the head is a lot thicker. So the head here is 26.49 mil. And the head of the Olight, I'm guessing, will be 22, 21. Okay, so 22.96. So Fenix is heavier and bigger, longer, all of it. So, but, it's not a problem. It's really not a problem. I don't have an issue with the weight or the size. In fact, if anything, I prefer the size of the Fenix because my thumb falls on the side switch and I've still got room out the front for the bezel and the face to be. Whereas with the Olight, I feel like I'm very close to where the light comes out, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, especially if it gets too hot, which we will do a heat test. But before that, let's do a bit of the UI. So starting with the Olight, if I press and hold from off, I'm going to get to my moonlight mode. There it is. And that is half a lumen, which you'll get for 120 days. The Fenix does not have a moonlight mode, so the Olight has that over the Fenix definitely. But if I press it off and then press it back on, still comes on in your moonlight mode. So moonlight is remembered. But now let's cycle up. So press and hold, cycling up. That's going to be your low mode. And now let's turn the Fenix on. And the Fenix, to turn it on, you need to press and hold. Whereas the Olight, you single click. So a bit of a difference there. Now, both of these are your low modes, or your Eco in Fenix it's called. So Eco in Fenix is 30 lumens, which you'll get for 73 hours. Whereas low mode in Olight is 15 lumens, which you'll get for 100 hours. Now, single click, press and hold. Now you've got 150 lumens for low in your Fenix, and that is 17 hours of runtime. And you've got here medium mode now, which is 120 lumens, which you'll get for 17 hours in the Olight. Now, single click, press and hold. Now you've got medium mode in your Fenix, which is 350 lumens, which you'll get for 6 hours. And you've got high mode, which is 600 lumens, which you'll get for 180 minutes. Then it will drop down to 120 lumens, which you'll get for 25 minutes in the Olight. So medium mode here, 350, and then high mode, 600. Now, single click gets me to high, but press and hold here goes back down to low. So Olight is press and hold for low, medium, and high. That's it. Moonlight you can only get to from off, and turbo you can only get to from double click, which I'll show you. But this is high mode on the Fenix. It's 800 lumens. You'll have this for 2.5 hours. Beautiful. Now, single click, that's your turbo. Turbo for Fenix is 1500 lumens, which you'll have for 2 hours and 5 minutes, but there is an asterisk, so obviously it'll step down. It's spec'd to reach 200 meters, pushed out by 9,433 candela. With the Olight, double click, that is 1500 lumens, so same lumen spec'd output, but you will get this for 2 minutes, and then it will step down to 600 lumens for an additional 177 minutes. Olight says it will reach 175 meters, whereas Fenix was 200 meters, and Olight's candela is 7,900, whereas Fenix was 9,433. Now, off. Oops, press and hold is off. Sorry. So that's where I'm getting confused, because the Fenix UI is press and hold to turn on, press and hold to turn off. But then when it's on, single click to cycle. Whereas the Olight is single click to turn on, press and hold to cycle, single click to turn off. But they both have strobe, and strobe is different to get to for each of them. So strobe from Olight is triple click from on or off, 1, 2, 3, that's strobe. Strobe from the Fenix is press and hold from on or off. So press and hold, strobe. Now, another difference is there is no instant high or instant turbo for Fenix unless you intentionally leave it in turbo. So if I turned it off in turbo like I did, when I turn it back on, it's coming on in turbo. Because everything, oh, there's turbo. Off, on, yeah. So it is always going to come on into the output you leave it. So eco mode, off, on, eco mode. Low mode, off, on, low mode. Medium, off, on, high, off, on, and turbo, off, on. So memory mode for all of them. Press and hold, turn it off. Whereas this, if I double click, get it into turbo, turn it off, turn it back on, that's not turbo, that's high. Double click, that's turbo. So memory mode for the Olight is moonlight mode, on, off, on, moonlight, low, off, on, medium, off, on, and high, off, on. But turbo, off, on, that's high because that's turbo. All right, let's do a heat test. Starting with the Olight. Let's go for 1.5 minutes, see how we go. 1, 2. Holy moly, 47 degrees Celsius. And, oh yeah, that's hot. Woo, that's hot. Put that away. Okay, 47 degrees Celsius, remember that? Now, the Fenix. Press and hold. Okay, so what do we got? Eco, low, medium, high, turbo. All right, let's go. All right, it got to 43.7 degrees and then started to cycle down. So about 4 degrees less the Fenix got to than the Olight. And yeah, definitely not as hot in the head either. Only thing is with the metal side switch, this might get affected by heat. It hasn't at the moment, but it may do. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go out for some night shots and then come back for some final thoughts, where to buy, prices, all that sort of stuff. But actually, before we do, let's just get them on turbo again and see the difference. So that's what they're going to look like. So we've got a larger hotspot in the Olight, much better color temperature in the Fenix, I believe. Love that color temperature, especially for an everyday carry light. That's the color temperature you want, in my opinion. But we will see how these guys stack up against each other in the night shots on turbo. So see you in a sec. All right, first up is the Fenix. So here we have just the lowest output. And now step up. Love the color on this. Really nice, look at that. Beautiful. Now step up. Step up. And I think it's gonna have one more step up. Yep. So that's turbo on the Fenix. Okay, now I will do the Olight. Okay, so that's the lowest output on the Olight there. So I'm already seeing a larger hotspot, obviously different tint. Let's have a look at it on the wall. Yeah, much larger hotspot, but I definitely like the color of the Fenix better. And it does look like there's a better spread on the Olight. Fenix has got more of a tight hotspot, whereas the Olight's got a nice spread, and that is turbo. Oh yeah, the turbo on the Olight is much more impressive. In fact, what I'll do now is I'll get them both on turbo. Where are we? Okay. Okay, so that's the Olight on turbo, Fenix on turbo. Olight, Fenix. Olight, Fenix. So more of a distinct hotspot, or more of a hotspot, and it's a tighter hotspot with the Fenix, I should say. And then the Olight, there's just more light all around. But I think I like the Fenix better, to be honest. I just think I like the beam better. Let's go on the wall. Fenix, Olight. Fenix, Olight. So I like the Fenix, but the Olight's amazing, obviously. It's just pumping out light. All right, that's it. Olight there, Fenix there. See ya. Alrighty, so which one would you choose? Well, for me, I would actually choose the Fenix. Couple of reasons why. Firstly, Fenix has a better lens down option. I love lens down. Secondly, I like the UI better on the Fenix. I like the fact that you press and hold to turn it on and then single click to turn it up. I love that. And then press and hold, turn it off. I really like that over the single click to turn it on and then press and hold to cycle. I don't like the press and hold to cycle. I do prefer the single click to cycle. So I think Fenix has got that right. Secondly, look, I know you can get these in the neutral white as well, but I do prefer the color tint in the Fenix. This is the cool white edition on the Olight, but I do prefer the color Fenix in the Fenix. Did I say color Fenix? Color temperature in the Fenix. So, and look, it's just, for me, it's a better ergonomic feeling, the Fenix is. It feels nicer in the hand. It feels like a better, stronger light, to be honest. The knurling on the Olight is okay, but it's a little bit annoying, whereas, you know, the Fenix body is just brilliant. Not crazy about the onboard charging with the Fenix, but I put up with it for everything else that it gives me, and I'm more than happy to accept that. So yeah, really like the Fenix. Now, prices, where to buy. So both of these lights are available at lightshop.com.au right now. The Fenix comes in at $100 and the Olight comes in at $95. So it's really a wash when it comes to prices and everything like that. Both 18650s, they do really well at night. I do kind of think the Olight overpowers the Fenix in terms of performance on turbo. However, I like the color better, and this is more than enough to sustain me. So both great EDC lights. My preference is the Fenix. All right. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.